E-bike riders say they're being pushed out of the safety of bike lanes. Despite the number of electric bike users growing in Toronto, there doesn't seem to be a lot of clarity as to what the rules are surrounding e-bikes.
In fact, the City of Toronto doesn't have a definition for what people call e-bikes in general. The complaint that I hear the most from e-bike riders is that they don't know where to be. There's some information out there that indicates that e-bikes, should be in some of the on-street bike lanes, that they shouldn't be on on-street bike lanes. And without any clear bylaws, there's a lot of confusion, and particularly on the part of car drivers, where they see an e-bike that looks an awful lot like a regular bicycle, like these ones here, and they see somebody riding along, and they're at the side of a car lane, and then there's a bike lane clearly marked on the street, and the car drivers they're pissed off.
The city's transportation department is wrapping up a public survey this week to look at whether current bylaws surrounding e-bikes should be changed. And you know what? E-bike users say that it's about time.
But in Toronto, where we get bike lanes with 4,000 people a day, and you add e-bikes to that mix, that's just a very different design. Our facilities weren't designed for people traveling in that speed in those kind of vehicles. So we have to go back and figure out what's the safest for the people using on City of Toronto streets. But it would be better if the Highway Traffic Act set out one set of rules for every municipality, so we don't have, if you buy an e-bike in Mississauga and you ride it into Toronto, you don't want to know that the rules are different in Mississauga and Toronto. They should be the same.
Virginia Block, the owner of Amigo electric vehicles on Richmond Street West, says there are ways for cyclists and e-bikes to peacefully coexist.
Because e-bike riders' safety is just as important as regular cyclists. And when you have a bike lane and then you have traffic, people are driving so much faster on the roads. So if you're on the side, not in the bike lane, it's scary, it's dangerous, you can get cut off. Like even, I don't know if you can see, but that bike right there, customer of mine, she's I guess an elder lady who used to always ride in bike lanes until she saw that the City of Toronto changed, put on their website that they're not allowed to ride in bike lanes. So she was riding on the side of the street, cab cut her off, she got stuck in the streetcar tracks, fell over, broke her leg, and if she was in a bike lane, that wouldn't have happened. And the largest demographic of electric bike riders are baby boomers, seniors, people who actually used to cycle but now don't have the physical capabilities to ride a bike. So saying that they can't have or can't be in the safe lane, I don't think is right. I think all electric bike riders should be allowed in bike lanes, but there's a common courtesy that they need to do so that everyone can drive together.
Some cyclists say that the city should build better cycling infrastructure before allowing e-bikes into their lanes. They're saying that because of the size of some e-bikes tend to be wider, that it puts them at risk when passing.
It's not so much about speed, I wouldn't say. I mean, some e-bikes can go fast, but bicycles can go pretty fast too. So for me, it's more, it's the width thing and just size. They're already crammed. Like bike lanes are already, especially during rush hour times and things like that. It's already, you're dealing with a lot of cyclists, and so forcing other vehicles into that is already really. People on bicycles and e-bikes, I find, also don't always know the rules of the road because they don't have to take driver's license test, so they don't necessarily know what they can and cannot do, so they're making choices that are probably unsafe.
The City of Toronto says that any bylaw changes regarding the operation of e-bikes could be implemented as early as this summer. Until then, e-bike riders can keep on pedaling. Whoa! For the Toronto Sun, going down Portland, I'm Jenny Ewan. Goodbye! Woohoo! There we go.